Today is the day I have been waiting for. Hey guys, welcome back. I am super excited today, if you couldn't already tell. I am doing a little kitchen makeover today, which I have been planning for almost 2 months, and I've been counting down the days until today to finally do it. If you guys have been watching me for a while, then you know I live in the basement and my kitchen isn't a real kitchen. It's just a little makeshift kitchen in the laundry room. It does consist of most things that an actual kitchen does have. Really the only thing that I don't have is an oven, but I have other appliances. I have a fridge, I have a countertop. So I have most of the things that an actual kitchen consists of. It's just not an actual real kitchen. Right now my kitchen is kind of like a lot of oddball stuff and nothing really like goes together or matches. I really wanted to do a little makeover so that I had like an actual theme slash vibe that I was going for. The theme that I really wanted to go for is kind of like a cottage core vintage look. Because my kitchen isn't a real kitchen and it's in the basement in the laundry room, it's kind of already got a vintage vibe going on. If I redecorated and just kind of changed things up so that everything looked kind of cottagey and vintage, like just like hate how everything looks in there because it just feels really unorganized. A lot of my stuff is really unorganized, so part of this makeover is doing a lot of reorganizing, but also some deep spring cleaning and redecorating is like the biggest part. I got a lot of new stuff and I have 4 main areas that I'm trying to spruce up. We're going to talk about those a little bit more once we get into the kitchen. Let's go head in there. I'm going to show you guys what things are looking like currently, especially if you've never seen my kitchen before. This is area number 1. This is my coffee bar. I hate how chaotic it's looking right now. And I have so many ideas and just like a huge vision overall. Area number 2 would be my countertop, including the table with the countertop. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on and I want to try to open the countertop up a little bit more, organize stuff better, get it to look more aesthetic. Is my china cabinet. Currently it's being used to hold all of the new stuff that I got, so that's why it looks like really odd at the moment. Just like shoved a bunch of stuff in there. The last area is my sink and kind of like countertop area. I have dish drying racks in this little shelf, and again I have a vision for this area. So those are the 4 main areas that I'm trying to spruce up. Deep clean, reorganize, redecorate, everything that I can possibly do to make it feel cozy and vintagey, cottage-like, all the things that I've been dreaming about. A lot to do, so time to get to work, and we're gonna start with the coffee bar and work our way around all the way to the sink. The first thing that I did for each area was just remove everything so I could start with a blank slate, and that way I could also clean the entire area without anything being in the way. Redecorating my coffee bar is actually what inspired the whole kitchen makeover, because I had been seeing so many different coffee bar ideas on Pinterest and TikTok, and that got me thinking and brainstorming all kinds of ideas for my coffee bar and how much I really wanted to reorganize and redecorate. That just made me come up with the idea to do an entire kitchen makeover and make everything match the cottage vintage vibe that I wanted to do for my coffee bar, and just spruce up the entire kitchen instead of just one area. The shelf that I'm setting up my cups on came from Amazon, and it's actually listed as a matcha station. Just the shelf alone really helped open up the countertop space a lot and made it look way more organized. Then above my coffee bar bar, I had these hooks already on the wall, which was perfect for hanging my mugs, but I also hung a little painting that I made specifically for my coffee bar and hung some ivy above the hooks, which I think really helped to spruce up the area. I definitely want to keep playing around with the decor, but I love so much how this area turned out. Now we're moving down below to the cupboard underneath the coffee bar, and I already warned you guys how bad it is in here, but brace yourselves. We're gonna do a quick little montage to empty it out because there's so much stuff in here. Another Amazon find were these glass containers that I got for my flour and sugar. I ended up finding a 6-pack, so I was able to also do brown sugar, powdered sugar, and then I used the other 2 for like granola and some other things in my other food cabinet. They also came with labels so that I could label them, but I really wanted to get something that I could put these baking ingredients into so that I didn't just have a bunch of bags cluttering up the shelves, and something that would make it easier whenever I needed to use flour or sugar. And this was perfect. The rest of the cupboard was just a matter of playing around with things, how they fit best, and just decluttering a lot until the cupboard looked super organized, 1,000 times better than it did before. Okay, update. It's been 3 hours and I just finished part 1 of the makeover, but I am obsessed. I love my coffee bar so much. I feel like it still needs a little bit more decor. I'm gonna keep playing around with that, but I am going to take a quick lunch break and then move on to part 2. I can't believe how many hours I spent on just the coffee bar. Everything is so much more organized and I'm just obsessed with the coffee bar. I also put up this painting that I did. This is really just decorative. There's not actually sugar in there. But anyway, that's my quick update. I'm obsessed with my coffee bar. I'm gonna take a quick lunch break and then we're gonna move on to part 2. The countertop ended up being another very long process, but I started with my little kitchen table. Really the only thing that I keep on this table is my air fryer because I don't have space for it on the countertop. But I also keep a little napkin holder and some salt and pepper, which I really wanted to find a little tray that I could put these things into so they weren't just sitting on the table. Next we're moving to the actual countertop, and first thing I did was move the microwave and toaster oven so that I could thoroughly clean the countertop, but also I had at the last minute decided to switch the microwave down to the opposite end of the counter and move my cooktop down to this end next to the air fryer. This wooden shelf was another Amazon find, and I got it specifically to use as my spice rack. I really liked how setting up this little cooking area on this end of the countertop next to the air fryer made the countertop just look more open, and then moving the big bulky microwave and toaster oven to the end so it didn't close off any countertop space. Next we're adding some wall decor. I put some hooks on the wall so I could hang up these little pot holders that I got from TJ Maxx, and then I hung up 2 more paintings that I ended up doing. I just think they look super cute, and just adding a little bit of wall decor really played a big part in sprucing up my kitchen. I also love this honey jar that I found at TJ Maxx. It's super cute and it has little bumblebees around the outside of the glass. Such a cute little touch to add to my countertop. Guys, I am so obsessed with the countertop. It turned out so much cuter than I was expecting it to. I love it so much. As you guys know, I ended up moving the microwave and toaster oven to the end of the counter into like the dark corner and moved my stovetop to this end and open it up a lot more. I really love the wood look. I think that looks super cottage core. Another thing that I'm absolutely in love with is the honey jar that I got. This I actually found at TJ Maxx. I don't know if you guys can see, but it has little bumblebees on it. And if you guys recognize this lemon painting, I just did that in my last video, along with another painting that I did of little blueberries. And they look super cute on the wall together. I did do one other painting, which is for my sink, and you guys will see that one when we get there. I'm kind of glad that I still have 2 more areas to do because I don't want this makeover to end. I'm having so much fun decorating, and look looks so cute so far. I'm in love with it, guys. I'm obsessed. Part 3 is the china cabinet. So we're gonna figure this out next. Along with doing the china cabinet, I'm gonna be working on reorganizing my 2 dish cupboards underneath the countertop, because I'm thinking I'm gonna move all of my dishes into the china cabinet. After I cleaned and redecorated my china cabinet, I reorganized my dishes off camera because my battery had died. So I didn't get to film any of that process, but I do show you obviously in the finished kitchen overview at the end. Moving on to my sink, after I deep cleaned the area, I started setting up the little table next to my sink that I basically use as a countertop for my dish drying racks. The table that's currently here is really old and stained with paint, so to cover that up I put this cute little bumblebee tablecloth over it, and then I had a matching dish drying mat to go with it, so that helped to make the table look cuter and cover up the ugly paint stains underneath. Then of course we had to decorate the area. This is the cute little painting that I did for my sink, and then I got this gingham pattern sink skirt from Amazon, and it's velcro so that I can easily take it off and wash it if I ever needed to. The little strawberry painting I did was specifically to match this sink skirt, and then I did also get this mat to put in front of my sink, also from Amazon, and I love these little mats. I have one for in my bathroom. They're very easy to clean because you can throw them in the washing machine, and they're also very comfortable to stand on. I'm thinking about getting a second one to put in front of my countertop where my stovetop is. Just adding some little details to my sink area really made it look so much cuter and not just like an old industrial sink. In my opinion, just the sink skirt alone really helped to make the sink look more vintagey, especially since it is an old industrial sink, kind of tie the rest of the kitchen together. But yeah, we officially finished the kitchen, and this is the finished overview of the entire kitchen. I deep cleaned, I reorganized, decluttered every inch, and I absolutely love the decor I did. I'll probably continue to play around with the decor, and the more things that I end up finding at either stores or thrifting, I'll continue to add to it. But as of right now, I'm absolutely in love with it, and it honestly turned out 1,000 times better than I was imagining it. If I had to pick which areas were my favorite, I would probably say the countertop, because that's the most used area in my kitchen, and now it just feels like an area that I want to stand at and cook at. I hated how it was before, and now it looks aesthetically decorated, and I just love being in there and cooking now. But I do also really love the coffee bar, since that is what started the idea of doing a kitchen makeover in the first place. I do also want to say that I love the little paintings I did for my kitchen as some wall decor, which was not originally planned. The first painting I did was the lemon painting, which you guys know if you saw my last video. I painted that in my spring vlog, and that kind of inspired me doing the other 3 paintings that I ended up doing for my kitchen. So I'm so glad I ended up getting the random urge to paint. I definitely need to do some thrifting trips and find some more vintage things to add, and you guys should let me know your favorite part of my kitchen. I am officially done. It is very late, but everything is done and I'm in love with it so much. The last step was vacuuming. I vacuumed every inch of the room, so everything is super clean, and I'm just looking around at everything. As you can see, I'm sitting on the floor because I'm exhausted. I've been at this all day. This was a very long process of the entire day, literally, but I'm just in awe of everything. I love it so much, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun today doing everything. Everything turned out even better than I was imagining it. I'm going to be enjoying my new kitchen. I hope you guys enjoyed the little makeover process as much as I enjoyed doing it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.